Okay, can you all see that?
Yep.
Right, okay, well, you know that one, so let's get on with it. Vampires. Who here has a home and lives in a home? Okay, did you know you've got vampires lurking in your very own home, taking up space and costing you money? They're very lovely vampires. They're made to be lovely, but they are wicked evil. So what vampires are lurking? How can you identify them? Can you identify all of these famous vampires? So this is a little exercise. If you can use your doody on the side, you can actually write in some of the vampires that are in your house down the side of the, or you can just write them in the chat. But if you just jot a couple down pretty quickly, what's on the top of your head? What do you think is a vampire in your house? I'll just give you a few more seconds to write some stuff in the chat. Okay, good. Right, how do I get rid of this now? Gosh. Okay, right, so your gas is consuming pretty much all the time. If you do a walk around your neighborhood, you'll see puffs of steam coming out of houses. Yeah, sometimes at the most ridiculous times of day. And I think, my word, they've got their heating on and they don't need it. Or immersion heaters that are heating up a whole tank of water, puffing out all this. Honestly, who on earth, why can't we progress to something a lot more efficient than that? But your gas is huge at the moment. These are just pictures to go along with it. This is your electricity, which again is super expensive currently. But the worst culprits are our mobile phones. Okay, so you have it plugged in, you charge it, and in the morning, most people charge it overnight. In the morning, you take it off charge and you put it in your pocket or your bag and off you go. What do you do with the cable that is plugged into the wall, into the charger? Most people leave it on, so it's handy to plug back in your phone. Big mistake. Feel the charger. It will be warm at best. At worst, it will be hot. That shows you that there is energy transferring from your electricity supply into the charger. And where's it going? It's going absolutely nowhere because your phone is in your pocket or in your bag. So it is just using residual energy all day, 24/7. And it's only being effective when it's actually plugged into your phone. So please, if you do nothing else, switch off and unplug your charger. Now, these are small savings, but as my mum always drummed into me, look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. By the way, can you give me a 2-minute warning? Another one is your microwave. Unplug your microwave after use. Your microwave draws energy. We have a 3-pin system in the UK. I don't know what you've got in Serbia, Rohan, but whether it's 2 or 3.
2-pin.
2, okay. 3-pin is supposed to be safer because it earths your energy, your electricity. However, it also keeps that open, that gateway open. So you've always got transfer of energy. So unplug your microwave. I'm just going to go through a few. I have got a handout if you'd like. I'll send you one. Extension cables. I'm just going to run through a few random ones. Extension cables are absolutely wicked because I turn around, I see mine here. Mine is switched off and unplugged because I've learned to do that. Did I always do that? No, I would leave it switched on and plugged in and switched on. Were there any plugs in it? Possibly, possibly not. Were the plugs that led to whatever the device was actually active? Most of the time, not. but that extension cable is drawing energy all the time. A lot of people have them down behind their television. I have too, because I can't climb down behind my TV, not even when I'm fit, and I'll break the TV. So that it's easier to have it all plugged in behind the TV. You've got so many gubbins plugged in, video or whatever, CD player, DVD player, whatever. You've got all these things, spaghetti behind your TV. What we've done is I've got a Cassia plug. There are others on the market that actually cut the energy. It's not perfect. It's better if I was to climb down and I would A, get exercise, B, unplug it from the wall, but it's far too much hassle. I'm not going to do that. Hardly watch the TV anyway, but I wouldn't watch it at all if I had to clamber down the back every time I wanted to. So I leave it on. I use a Cassia plug to cut the supply. Think about it, because if you've got a ton of spaghetti down there, it is drawing energy. Okay. Your fridge freezer, does it have to be as cold as you have it? Probably not. Keep some airspace around your food. Don't be like me and stuff it full with bargains, because it's a waste of money. Keep some air circulation. Make sure you haven't got an ice buildup, and lower the temperature a little bit. It will make a difference. As will, as everybody knows, reducing your thermostat by a couple of degrees. We don't need to live in 24-degree hot houses. Mine is set at 16. It's better for your health. It's fine. Wear a jumper, put some slippers on, and just modify. You know, I have a long-term lodger who toddles about in bare feet and t-shirt. So yeah, don't do that. So, but likewise, do not bury your head in the sand and think, oh, you know, it's too much bother. Energy is going to be expensive for some time yet. Some time meaning years rather than months. So even although wholesale energy prices are reported to be reducing, the whole infrastructure and industry around energy is in a mess, and we will not be out of the water for quite some time. Don't bury your head in the sand. Sit down and think about what you've got in your home that needs attention. Over another great vampire is security lights. Now, we're coming into April, shortly to be May, so hopefully your security light will not trigger. Some, and most, I would say, are way oversensitive. You know, a leaf trickles down, floats down, your security light comes on. How long does it come on for? Some are set far too long and they're far too sensitive. Have a look at your settings. Reduce the sensitivity, reduce the length of time it's on, because anything and everything will set these security lights off. Does anybody here have underfloor heating? Okay, that is a huge vampire. Very, very expensive. Very nice, but very expensive. So again, check your settings. How much do you need them left on? Clothes washing. Reduce the temperature. Modern clothes do not need to be boiled or washed at 60 degrees. 30 degrees is plenty. We have a little saying in UW, and I'm sure you'll have heard this: say less to more people. People are overwhelmed with talk. It's the same with your washing. Wash less, more often. So lots of space in the drum, wash a little bit less at 30 degrees or even cold. Modern detergents, and if anybody's heard of things like Small, and there are other laundry sheets that are totally recyclable, dissolvable, whatever you call them. Put them in and wash them away on cold, and you'll find your clothes are clean and pristine. It doesn't wear out your fabric of your clothes. So try it. Believe me, try it. That washing machine is a massive vampire. We used to boil our towels on 95 or 100 degrees to get it clean. You know, it's like wrecks your towels as well as wrecking your bills. So don't do it. That is probably, that leaves us a little bit of time for, oh, the other thing, Alexas. Who's got an Alexa? Okay. Have you got an Alexa with a screen? We have, yeah. And it keeps jumping on. We keep turning it off. It keeps coming on again. That screen is using energy all the time. It's showing you rubbish that you're not even watching. So turn it off. Don't even buy one. I wish I hadn't bought it. The Alexa without the screen is far, far more economical. And have a chat with me. You know, I'll chat with anybody with no strings attached. We'll just talk through. If anybody wants to talk through what they've got running or their bill seems too high, we can talk about what devices you've got on. Have a chat. That's my details. Well, you know me anyway. And yeah, as I said, Heather, Utility Warehouse. So time for a few questions. I'm sure there are some. I will stop. I'll stop share, and that's it. That's the end of that. So questions from the masses.
It's maybe more observation, but yeah, I don't know what it was for me, but I do remember maybe earlier on, it was drummed into me that we unplugged everything before we went to bed, for example. But I guess as the technology rises, and I think that when things started coming into standby, it was, I guess it changed a lot of mindsets. You thought that standby was just as good as, if it's on standby, it's not really going to be consuming energy, and you just left all these gadgets and appliances on. And I don't know, is it tech anxiety that we switch everything off and we go back to the cold light? I don't know. It's very, very bizarre. So no, I'd say that's very inspiring, Heather. And yeah, I'm already thinking, yeah, it should just be one switch button and one master unplug of everything at night, certainly when you don't need it.
Yes, it's, I mean, I was definitely brought up with you turn everything off, you turn the light off. However, when you turn the light off, I'd later learned that certainly with incandescent bulbs, you're actually wearing them out faster because they're powering up, powering down, powering up, powering down. But they also used an awful lot of energy. They're illegal now in the UK, as are halogen. Halogen are enormously hungry because they're producing heat. You know, you've got all this heat coming out. People have got rafts of, I mean, UW used to replace all your lights with LED as a free service when you joined. And I was on the light fitting team once for a while because I wanted to see how it all worked. And I went into one of my customers' homes in Bedford, and they had a massive house. They had 7 bathrooms. They had lights in all the bathroom and all the shower cubicles, everything. They had 170 light bulbs in that house. All of them were halogen. And the kitchen area, dining room, it was a massive, great room, had 56 lights in the ceiling. I mean, it was like going into a super bright. All halogen. They didn't need any heating. The heat in that place was ridiculous. So they always had the door open. It's like, yeah. But now with LED, they don't wear out as much. They still do, but not as much. So I hope you've all got LED lights, because if you haven't, you need to.
You've got to put them on about a week before you want to walk in the room, haven't they?
No, they're the old energy saving.
They're the ones, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about LED. They're immediate. They're instant.
We got some of those from UW a few years ago. They gave us a box of them.
Yes.
And yeah, I remember putting one in the room I used as an office, and you'd put it on, and it would like you just watched it get
Oh
bright.
no, yeah. Yeah, they are the energy saving ones, which actually did save money over the incandescent, but the true LED are minimal electricity, so small. So if you have had LED fitted by UW, then you have them for life. You have free replacements for life. However, we don't do them now. We have other benefits like £150 off your second bill. So we have other benefits now, but I have LED fitted from UW, so I get replacements for life, which reminds me I've got to phone for one for the kitchen. However, if you move, you don't have them anymore. It's in the property that you're in. So I'll have to unplug all my lights and take them with me. No, I'm joking. Any other questions or comments?
That was brilliant. Thank you.
I do have a question about the phone charger.
Yeah.
With the iPhone, you've got the plug and then you've got the USB wire that goes into it.
Yeah.
Can you just take the USB wire out, or is the charge still going to the plug?
Yeah, the charge is still going because the plug itself has a device in it that draws power. So it's not just a plug, it's a charging plug. So yeah, you have to take the plug out, unplug it. And these are small savings, but as I say, all these small savings add up. Yeah, definitely add up. So it's good to be mindful. But if anybody wants a copy of, you know, a sheet that I put together, you're welcome. Just put in a chat and I'll get it off to you. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Any more?
Thank you so much.
Well, on that, I mean, however I try, you know, kids, switch lights off. I mean, the worst person for the heating is my missus. You know, she's just it'd be a lovely day and the heating will still be on. It's like, sometimes I think I have to live in a different house because we made differently. That's all I can say.
I'm like that. I'm hot. I'm a hot person. So I'm quite happy on 16. My lodger wants on 24. Doesn't get it.
Make him pay. Make him pay.
His room is like a sauna. But yeah.
So one more question for me then. So it probably, yeah, when it comes to heating, would you say one temperature maintained and left on constantly, or turning it on, off, and trying to build up to temperature, then switching it off, building it up? Is it more energy efficient to keep on a constant stream?
Now that is $1 million question, and I wondered if anybody would raise that. It is very, very much still in discussion as to which is best to heat from cold. It's the same with the hot tub. Do you heat it up from cold, or do you keep it at a steady temperature? And certainly with the hot tub, and it's the same argument with the hot tub. If you're using it within 4 days, you're better keeping it on a constant. If you're not using it, say you use it only at the weekend, you're better heating it up from cold. Same with the house. If you're in the house, you know, a fair bit, like if you're only in the morning and an hour at night, then no, just heat it up as you're coming in and just heat the rooms that you need. But if you're in and out, yeah, definitely just keep constant temperature. Basic rule of thumb is pretty much just heat it when you need it. Heat it when you need it, because even when it's heating up, you're warming the air. Yeah, my hot tub, Marcus, this year is probably going to stay in its storage box because it's just silly expensive at the moment. Even although I get commission for my own consumption, it's still yeah. I tended to only maybe once during the week and at the weekend 2-3 times a week, but yeah, it's a luxury, but yeah.
We found
unless I need it for my knee, of course. Was that Marcus?
We found that our hot tub, because we've got a south-facing patio, our hot tub in the summer, if you put the lid on, the lid heated the water.
Yeah.
It got up to about 40 degrees just with the lid on. We didn't need so, but that's only in the midsummer.
Yeah, that's true. Same with ours. Yeah. Yes.
Excellent.